A story that's ignited fierce passions across the nation as allegations of racism and miscarriage of justice tear apart a small Florida town. 3 weeks ago, Trayvon Martin, an unarmed black teenager, was shot down by a white neighborhood watchman who claimed self-defense.
It all started with the fatal shooting by police of an unarmed black teenager.
An NYPD officer who killed Eric Garner, an unarmed black man.
After the death of Freddie Gray, the young man who died while in police custody. Late yesterday.
I have a dream.
For American students of any color to attend any public institution they select without having to be backed up by troops.
The shooting death of 18-year-old Michael Brown.
The death of Eric Garner.
The execution-style murders of my brother Dia, his bride Yusuf, and her younger sister and best friend Razan.
Some people call it a sport, but most people call it what it is, a hate crime.
We ask that the authorities investigate these senseless and heinous murders as a hate crime.
It seems the escalation of these incidents may be a byproduct of a system that's applied unequally and with prejudice.
I can't breathe!
It can't be business as usual while black life is treated as if it's worth less than white life.
Race is there, and it is a constant. You're tired of hearing about it? Imagine how exhausting it is living it.
As Mr. John Stewart said, race is a constant in our society, and the prejudice and discrimination in our society stems from appearance.
Matted, frizzy.
Little black kids that haven't had their hair brushed.
I wouldn't say gross, but I mean just,
Assimilation is often expected from the African American culture, meaning that they must conform to the hegemonic norm of being as white as possible.
We had to assimilate to the mainstream culture.
Examples include hair relaxers, weaves, colored contacts, and skin lighteners. However, many black Americans choose to embrace their natural appearance and ethnic roots by following a movement known as the natural hair movement. This movement embraces the natural nappy hair that is often repressed and despised by the American society.
Now that people are starting to embrace it, everyone's so curious and they're so fascinated and they're like, you're natural. That's so different.
Women choose to grow out their hair and avoid using chemical treatments and costly hair procedures. This movement fights against instances like natural hair discrimination against black women in the military.
Hair banning or restricting 7 types of hairstyles. Styles that black female soldiers say specifically target them.
Who's setting these policies? Are they African American? Have they been in training to actually have to do their hair at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Women are really upset about how they have to wear their hair now because they were already limited to what they could do before.
The natural hair movement includes parades where women hold up signs daring others to touch their hair. This expresses their individualistic freedom and style choices and dares society to judge them while expressing that they would care less about what society has to say as long as they are confident in their own skin while supporting their black sisters.
So many black people don't even know their own hair grade. I've had friends in their 30s look at me and be like, oh my gosh, guess what? I cut my hair and guess what it does? Because they were so young, myself included, when their hairs were permed, they didn't know what their hair looked like. So when they actually got exposed to it, we actually had to learn our hair in our 20s and 30s. We had to figure out how to tend to our hair.
In literature, there are many instances that show the struggles women who desire to embrace their roots face. An example would be Benitha from Raisin in the Sun, who wants to embrace her individuality.
Thank everybody and forgive me for ever wanting to be anything at all. Forgive me, forgive me.
She is different from most women in her time because she is studying to become a doctor instead of just a nurse, as she chooses to embrace her natural hair, which is an afro.
But first, I am going to be a doctor.
Her family judges her and makes her feel like an outcast who is a waste of space to the household. However, she embarks on guitar lessons and pursues her dreams of becoming a doctor.
People have to express themselves one way or another. What is it you want to express? Me!
Another example found in literature that shows the desire to assimilate would be the character Piccola from Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye, who is portrayed as ugly for having nappy hair, brown eyes, and dark skin. She desires to have the bluest eyes in order to be more attractive in the white-favoring society she lives in. She is the complete opposite of Beneatha because she wants to conform to be accepted, while Beneatha chooses to embrace her individuality. Assimilation is a problem in the Black American society because it causes people to hate others for being different than them. It promotes racism in general, which places our society further from the future. Our differences shouldn't separate us, but rather bring us together, and everyone should embrace their individuality, unlike Piccola, who hates herself and lives in a self-deprecating world. All people are beautiful, and all lives matter.